Yeah, if he can get it that far.
I was thinking about watching.
That's fine right there.
Good?
Yeah. So I'm going to wiggle it back over here in a little bit.
There she is.
Appreciate you, fellas.
No problem. What name do you want me to put on your ticket? I'll have one waiting.
Just put Fred on there.
Fred.
I only know his last name is, but.
I'll have you one.
Alright, I'll come over and get it tomorrow. Thanks. You too. That's alright. I'll get it where I need it.
I just worried about carrying something over yonder.
Well, it's good seeing you again, man.
Hey, man, you have a good.
You too.
Out here. Eat fast.
Take care.
Did I stand up?
I don't care.
Hello.
Hello. Let's see what we look like on the other side there. Yeah. Watch out, I need to get through the window, honey. Let's see. Yeah.
Hello, camera glasses.
Alright, pull that brake up. Pull that brake up. And thanks for watching this video. I'm Patrick, and what I got behind me today is this week's project. This is a 2001 Chevy Prizm with the 1.8 liter. The guy called me and said that this has been sitting at another local mechanic shop for a year, and I'm not really sure exactly why it was just sitting there for a year, but he said that he was driving it and the engine just shut off, and that was the end of it, and it doesn't crank. And he said that the other mechanic told him that the engine's locked up. So the first thing that we're going to do here is we want to go ahead and talk about the condition that this was in when I first got it. The bolts are already gone and off of the cover here. I haven't taken a tool at all of this. The starter was laying on the exhaust manifold back there as well. So I'm kind of curious what all else I'm getting ready to find out about this thing. But the first thing we want to do to see if it's really actually locked up is right down there's the crank. I'm going to put a the big one. I'm going to put a socket on that and a pry bar and see if we can turn the motor or not. Sorry, I'm not going to be able to get you a good angle. I'm going to have to do it from underneath. But if you see the belt turn there, then you know that the engine's turning. On this particular car, the bolt needed to turn the crank is a 19mm. I'm going to turn it clockwise and see what happens. Yeah, I mean, I've been pushing my foot and everything, so. Engine's definitely locked up, so. The next thing we want to do here is see if it's even got any oil in it. Well, that's what's on the end of the dipstick there. It's got oil in it. Let's see, where's the... And it's just got 2 marks on it. I'm sure you can see that. And I have to look and see what those 2 marks really mean, but I'm sure that the top mark there is probably the full mark. And the bottom mark's the low mark. And if that's so, then there's too much, way too much oil in this thing. So the next thing I'm going to do is, I guess I'll go ahead and drain the oil out of this engine and see what that looks like. Oh, when I was emptying the oil, it kind of looks a little bit like piss. And when I take this bolt out, that's exactly what it looks like coming out of there. So I think that's his antifreeze with his oil. Or somebody put antifreeze in the oil. Not really sure exactly what way that might have happened, but I mean, it's not regular oil. There's definitely too much of it. Watch this pan get filled really quick. See, now it's turning into sloppy oil. So the oil is on the top. Water was on the bottom. Yuck, yuck, yuck. So, that's exactly... That means this block's destroyed, so probably there's definitely some real problems with this, but I'm going to go ahead and pull the valve covers off next and see what that looks like under that. I just thought, you know, I might want to see what the water looked like coming out of this. It's kind of like a fan I've got sitting over there. If y'all haven't watched that, I've got a project going on where I'm trying to rebuild that power stroke. If you like watching that kind of stuff, have at it. So now I'm going to take the 10mm bolts off the spark plug coil pack. 10mm. Okay, and the other bolts to take the valve cover off are also 10mm as well. varnishing on there, but it's not like as awful as you'd expect. There is a little bit of slack on the chain, but I'm not sure how much slack goes on these VVT engines, to be honest with you, so it might be normal, but so there's what this inside of this valve cover looks like with the cams and all. I mean, you can see where there's some varnishing going on there. And here on the back side of the valve cover, you can really see the varnishing on that. The next thing I'll do is I'll take off the oil pan. I'm not going to video me doing that. It's hard to get video on the underneath and all. But I'll show you all what my findings are here in just a few minutes. Okay guys, check out what I found in the oil pan here. Look at that. A piece of piston ring. And a big wad of metal in there. So right here we've got piston ring. Let me move this back over here where we got some more light on. Some of that maybe. We got chunks of metal. Now the guy says he didn't hear anything. There's loads of metal in this oil pan. So maybe you didn't hear it, but definitely something massive happened in there. And there's a... I wonder if that's a clip to hold a wrist pin in or something. I mean, that's part of a piston right there. You can see the... Wow, there goes one of the cicada killer wasps. Anyway, oh goodness, came right over here and got right on my arm. It's crazy. But yeah, that looks like part of the side of the piston to me. This definitely throwed a rod. So anyway, I'm gonna call the customer up and see what we're doing about this now. He told me he didn't want to really do a rebuild, but he found him a used engine to swap in there. So I'll get a better video of this tomorrow when it's daylight out and let you see this a little better. The metal I was able to pick out of it, I'll clean that up and we'll have a look-see at it tomorrow. Give me just a second, I'm going to clean that up and we'll look here under the engine and see how nasty that was. Alright, so let's have a look here at this engine. Right there's some metal sticking out. I wonder if that was the offending cylinder. Not really sure. It's really kind of hard to see under here. I guess you could tell that too. But it looks like there was some marking going on right there. Yeah, there's another piston ring it puked out. Guy was hoping that this didn't mean that he had a busted rod, but he sure does. But this engine's destroyed after something like that. It's just really awful right there. You know, I can't even tell what exactly happened. Let me see if I can get more light on it there. Maybe we can see up in there and see what's going on. I can't really see it well on the camera, so I'm going to be looking at it when I get in on the computer. So I can see some marking there on the crank. Or rather, that's not the crank, that's the bearings. But there's definitely something going on right there. I can't really get in there to see well what's going on with that, but I can see both of these two pistons here. They're still okay. Well, I mean, you know, they're not busted, but the way this block is, I can't actually see up into the other two cylinders to see which one's offended, but one of them's busted for sure. So that's all we needed to know. Okay, so I called the owner up and told him I found the metal there in his oil pan, and he told me that around Thursday this coming week he'd let me know what he was going to do. He had a guy that might be interested in his transmission, and then on the other hand he might have an engine that he might want put in it, so he needs a couple days to make his mind up, he says, and then he'll give me a call back and we'll go from there. So anyway, thanks for watching my videos, and as always, my friends, viewers, brethren, and enemies, I love you all. May the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ richly bless and guide you all. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your weekend. Have a great day.